Welcome back everyone. It's been such a long time since I've made a monitor video, and I recently changed my monitor. Well, not recently, it's been about like 6 months or something like that, probably even less than that, but I've been using this Dell U2717D IPS panel for about a couple months now, like I said, 6 months or whatever, and I've had a pretty good time with it. And before, I was coming from like a 1080p HP panel, something like that. It wasn't even that good of a panel, to be honest, and I wanted to upgrade my panel because, I saw Apple releasing their 6K display, and I was like, bro, I'm not about to drop like 5K on this display. There's no point in that. So I started looking online, and based off everyone's research, panels like the LG Ultrafine 5K, those ones came up. But even those ones, like, I didn't really want to drop like $800 on a display like that, just because, I don't really think I need a secondary display. Basically, I was using my iMac 5K, which is already a very good panel, so I needed something on the side, and this one looked to be one of the better ones that I found, and a lot of people recommended it to me. And I was like, screw it, I'll get it. And it's basically everything that I needed from a panel and then some. And I'm not going to say this is the best panel in the world, because obviously it's not. I'm looking at this panel right now, right next to my 5K iMac, and obviously I can tell you the 5K iMac has a much better display. But for a price per dollar standpoint, I think this is probably a better value. Now, I paid about $200 for this specific panel, and I did get it on eBay. However, keep this in mind, they have gone up in value since then, which I find really weird. And even on Amazon, they're selling for about $370. So I don't know why they went up in value that much, but it is what it is. So what I'll tell you is that if you can find one for cheaper than the one I have linked down in Amazon from the description below, then I would recommend getting it from there. But I did pay $200 for mine, so if you are okay with purchasing for a little bit more expensive, again, links down below. You can help support the channel at the same time. Now, the main thing that I use this secondary panel for is basically like if I'm editing audio or something, I'll do it on that panel. Sometimes if I'm editing photos and stuff, like I'll do it on this panel too. Very rarely do I ever edit videos or anything like that. But the one thing that I do like about the screen from looking at the front is those very slim bezels. And when I'm looking at my iMac, when I'm looking at this panel, literally it's just like so weird that this panel that cost me, way less than the iMac, which is a computer too, which I have to kind of factor that in. But even though the iMac's display is better, this panel just, the screen looks better. Everything factored in. The bezels are super slim, and one thing that Dell actually showed on their website was that you can kind of stitch panels together, and because the bezels are so slim, it kind of looks like one picture. And I've seen these before on so many different things. I've seen these on like sometimes if I go to a gym or something like that, which I haven't been in a gym in so long, but if I go to those places, they will actually have panels like this kind of stitched together to showcase those things, and the panel itself doesn't look that bad. Now, one thing I do like about this panel is that it does have that matte texture over it, so it's not necessarily glaring over. Like if I have a light in the background, the light doesn't glare over the display because it's not necessarily like glass. Whereas something on like my iMac, if I have a light in the background, the light will reflect off the glass, so I can vividly see the glass and everything behind it. But on my Dell display, it doesn't do that, which is really nice. So that's one really cool thing I like about it. Now, another humongous thing that I didn't even know when I first purchased it that really threw me off is that there's 4 USB ports on this display, which is really cool. My previous one didn't even have any, so that was a huge upgrade. Now, I only use them for a couple things, and there is kind of like a little weird thing with it, but I'll explain in a second. Now, on the bottom, you do have the HDMI port, which is really cool, the AC adapter. You have 2 of those other ports, which I forget the name of them, but you have them. You apparently have a Thunderbolt port too, which I didn't even know about until now. You have another port, and you also have 2 USB ports, which is really cool on the bottom. But on the side, you have an additional 2 USB ports. Now, I only use these for charging. I don't know, like I wasn't able to, transfer data or anything through them. Maybe I can figure out a way to do that, and basically I just use them if I need to charge my device or something like that. If like I have a ton of iPhones that I have to charge, I just plug the cables into here and charge them through the monitor. The one little problem with this though is that the monitor needs to be on in order to do it. Like obviously it needs to be plugged in and everything, but you have to actively have that computer on, which is kind of an issue because sometimes if I'm going to sleep, the iMac times out and it's connected to my iMac, so then the phones will stop charging or whatever. So that's really the only downside with those USB ports, but even that's perfectly fine, and that's actually an extremely cool thing. Now, on the base of the monitor, you have like a standard thing. It doesn't take up a lot of space, which is really cool. Now the monitor kind of is a little bit thicker. It's not like extremely slim. My HP E25S, I think that's the name of that monitor, was super slim. But the thing is, you're not looking at the side of the monitor all the time. You're looking at the front. And I would rather have like a thicker monitor with thinner bezels than the other way around. So that pretty much covers it up in terms of basically I wanted to hit on, you know what I mean? Like, it's a very good monitor. I did the research, and again, I'm not like a master at this stuff, but based off everything that I saw, this seemed to be the best bang for the buck. And it's 1440p, which is something I really like, and it's a little bit above full HD. And I think everything that I threw at it so far has been perfectly fine. It's been put to the test. Like I said, I've edited photos, if I play games or something, if I watch a movie, I'll put it on this monitor so I can keep working on my main iMac display. And dual monitor displays at least are the best, so I can never, I think, work from just a single display on my work desk. So that really pretty much covers it, guys. I think, for the most part, if you're looking for a monitor, this one is a decent one. I'm sure you can get a used one on eBay for much cheaper. Again, I paid $200 for mine, so my specific value that I got was really good. But again, you might have gotten a different value. They're for some reason more expensive now, but it is what it is. So again, if you want to pick one of these up, I'll link it down below, but that's pretty much it. If you guys have any other questions or anything, leave it down in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys could hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel, all those links are linked down below. I'd really appreciate if you guys to check it out. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.